Hey guys, Reese here. Did you know that cold email is one of the simplest and most effective ways to scale your business? The problem is though, people usually do it wrong. It's not that hard to fix though. All you need to do is make the messages more about the recipient and less about you. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use AI to build your own personalized email campaigns so that every email that you send is unique to the individual receiving it. If this is of interest to you, let's get into it. The opportunity here is really simple. We're going to stop sending templated messages at scale. We're going to start sending personalized messages that talks to the people that we're trying to reach. That should spark their interest. That should also result in more sales calls, and then that should result in more money for your business. All up, we're looking at about 5 hours to implement these automations. I do think it is a great return on investment for your time though. The tech stack we're using is Apollo, Apify, Google Sheets, Phantombuster, OpenAI, Make, and Instantly. All up, you're looking at about $70 US to get started. If you're happy with the results, you can always scale and it'll cost about $170. But compared to the amount of people you're going to reach, I do think this is a great investment. Apollo, it is a very big lead database and for our purposes, a free resource because we don't need to pay for it for our intended usage. Once you log in, you will be prompted with this screen right here. Click on people because we're after people. You will see the results on the right-hand side and some filters on the left. Simply use the filters on the left to create an ideal list of leads. Once you are happy with the list, it will produce this URL. Copy and paste this. We'll need it for the next step. This is Apify. It is a platform of web scrapers that have been built by community members. We are going to use an Apollo scraper to scrape the Apollo leads and then add them to a Google Sheet. We're using the Apollo scraper, scrape up to 50K leads. It costs $1.20 for 1,000 leads. You do get $5 for free, so you can technically, use this scraper for free. Once this screen is loaded, go back to Apollo, get the URL, add it here, select the amount of records that you want to retrieve and click save and run. It will run in the background. Once it is finished, it will create a database. What you do need from it is just this dataset ID here. This is Phantombuster. Phantombuster allows us to scrape LinkedIn profiles and we use the information from the LinkedIn profiles to create personalized outreach messages. Click on solutions, then LinkedIn. The scraper that we are using is the LinkedIn profile scraper. To set up your Phantom, you need to add your Google Sheet here. You need to make sure that the Google Sheet is publicly accessible. It will then populate all the available columns here. Select the column with the LinkedIn URLs in it. From there, you need to connect your LinkedIn profile here so it can do the search. You can skip email discovery. I personally don't use it. Behavior, I limit the records to 1,000. I never need that much. The launch settings, I choose manual. I run it when I request it. In the advanced settings, go to file management. Make sure you choose combine files so that way your leads all combine into one big database as well. This is the first of 2 automations. The purpose of this automation is to grab the leads from the Apify database we made and then run a Phantom to scrape the leads' LinkedIn profiles. The way I do my scraping is a bit different from other people. I see people doing very, very, very large scrapes. I personally don't like it because if it stuffs up, it takes a lot of time to fix. What I do prefer is doing very small iterative chunks and then just letting it do its thing with confidence, while I'm sleeping. The way I do that is I first define 2 cells as variables. I get an offset value and an iteration value, which is from here. So every time the automation runs, it adds 1 to this counter and then creates an offset value. I do my scraping in lots of 50 leads and I do it every 15 minutes. So I just kind of go to sleep and then wake up to a big list. From there, we then connect to the Apify database. This is where we add the dataset ID I referred to before. You can see I do it in limits of 50, and the offset value is just the reference variable that we created before. From there, it creates an array because there's 50 records coming in. We kind of aggregate that, and then we iterate over that value as well by adding it to a Google Sheet. You'll notice that there is a filter here that is based on the length and index. What I'm doing here is I'm not letting this automation progress until the length of the array is equal to the index, meaning we've gone through the entire array. From there, we then update the run counter that I mentioned before, and then run the Phantom as well. To test with the first 50 leads from the Apify database, we'll just click run. The leads are coming through now. You'll notice it doesn't progress until the index matches the array length. If I go back over here, you can see all of the leads coming through as well. You'll notice it stops at 49 and not 50. That's because should have named it, but there is a filter here where I search for the email status is verified, that the email exists, and that they also have a LinkedIn URL as well. If I go back here, you'll notice the run counter is at 1 now because it's run once, and now the offset is 50, meaning that the next time it runs, it starts at 51. It's the second of the two automations. The purpose of this automation is to grab the output that's been made by Phantombuster, use it as an input into AI to create those personalized outreach messages. There are a few sleep steps in here, so it's quite long. Let me just run it and then we'll talk through it together. Cool. This automation is triggered when an output is made in Phantombuster. You might recall in the previous automation that we ended it with launching a Phantom. So once an output is ready in Phantombuster, it then triggers this workflow, this automation to run. So they kind of work together. From there, we then grab the output. We go to sleep for 60 seconds because this is happening outside of Make. We download the result. We go to sleep for another 180 seconds because there's lead time with downloading the records. We then pass the result twice. So the first one, we use the data from Phantombuster. The second one, we use the JSON objects that we just created. We then aggregate over the array so we don't do these previous steps for every record that is going through the automation. Once we've aggregated the array, we then iterate over it, and the first step is to create a variable for the LinkedIn URL. The reason being is because there's a slight difference for how Apollo captures LinkedIn URLs compared to Phantombuster, and I use it as a primary key to search for records in Google Sheets. If they're not exactly the same, I can't actually find any results. You can see here that in Apollo, it captures the LinkedIn URL as HTTP. If I go back to, let's see, Phantombuster, you could see there's HTTPS. Very small difference, but it just means I won't get any results unless I line up the two. We then search in Google Sheets for the, for the LinkedIn, for the record using the LinkedIn variable that we've made. And then we pass all the information that we've collected through this automation into OpenAI. There are two system prompts. Let me just pull them up so you can see them. Where is it? Here. The first prompt is just really adding a persona. So we're a founder of a digital marketing agency that provides high converting websites, SEO, Google Ads, and social media support. The second part is just really around instructions for how I want the message to come across. I do want to acknowledge that I have repurposed some work I found from Saad Belsaid. He is an automation content creator as well. And to be honest, I really liked the prompt that he made. Instead of reinventing the wheel, I just want to give him credit where credit's due. And I've just slightly repurposed it for my own needs as well. Okay, from there as well, so we've got the system prompt. We've got two system prompts that we talked about. I then use an example, a user prompt, to show the AI what data it can expect as well. From there, there's an assistant prompt. So this is kind of the template that I'm expecting the AI to produce as well. I then use another example. So once again, just another user input example using different data, and then another assistant output. So what I'm expecting back. To be honest, I just use 2 examples. There's no right or wrong, way. It's just how I do things. At the end, I end it with all the variables that the AI model can expect as well in a user prompt. From there, we then update all of the rows with the personalized icebreaker and all the Phantombuster information we've collected. All right, let's see the results. We'll go across. Okay, the LinkedIn summary, the title, description, and personalization have come through. Let's take a look at what they look like. You can see for every record, we have a personalized icebreaker now. Amazing. What you can do though, this automation is set on a timer, so it runs every 15 minutes. Just kind of go to sleep, let it do its thing, and then you'll wake up to a big lead list. Once you're finished, you can always add it to a campaign like instantly. Just click Add Leads, upload the Google Sheet that you've made, and then there you go. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have found this valuable, please consider liking, subscribing, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.